Assalamu alaikum guys, what's up? Hope you all are doing great with your quarantine life. I'm doing pretty good, and I'm doing this video for people who have problems with keeping good study habits. People who always try to avoid studying, or who just don't want to study at all, or who never like to study, or someone who doesn't have enough motivation to keep studying. So personally, I have a lot of problems when it comes to keeping good study habits. Like most of the time, I just don't want to study at all. But I have been trying different methods to trick my mind in order to keep studying hard. And some of them are really helping me to motivate myself to keep studying. So I really wanted to share it with you guys, and I hope that it will help you keep good studying habits, and it will give you a little bit of motivation to keep studying hard. So if you are also like me, and if you also have difficulties keeping good study habits, or making your mind or mood to study, then this video is for you. Keep watching. Hi guys, so it's around 2 p.m. in the morning here, and I just finished my task. And you can see this is my study table, and you can see that mirror. And who's that? Oh, that's me. Okay, so the point is that you have to use a lot of different methods to trick your mind, because sometimes you really need to deceive or trick your mind to stay focused, because it's not possible to stay focused, all the time. So you really need a kind of stimulator to make your mood and mind to keep studying hard. First and the most important thing in keeping good study habit is to remind yourself the importance of time, since time is money and time is precious and it never comes back. So you really need to remind yourself not to waste it. So for that purpose, I use a small calendar, put it in front of me all the time. And what I do is I circle the date with pen every day. So this small calendar helps me in many different ways. The first one is that I circle the dates manually with pen every day, so it helps me remember the date. The second thing is that it helps me to be on schedule. Like I can trace the days that I already spent, and I can trace the days that are left, so I can be more punctual, and I can be on schedule to do or to finish my task. And the third one is that it helps me realize not to waste time. So the second method that I use to keep good studying habit is that I have written down my weaknesses on a page, and I have pasted it here so that I can see it all the time. Let me give you a closer look of what I have written down on this page. So you can see here on one side I wrote my weaknesses. So my main weakness is that I sleep a lot. That is called hypersomnia. So if my friends are watching this video, then they may know that what I'm talking about. So anyway, here I wrote down only sleep, and on the opposite side of this page I have listed all the things that I could lose because of this weakness. So here you see, and then I have given myself choices to choose one of them, so whenever I look at this page, it helps me to avoid making this bad choice, and it helps me to realize that I don't have to lose all of these things just for only one thing. And here you can see I wrote down choice is yours. So it really helps me to motivate myself to avoid making bad choices. And here then I wrote down don't believe in myths. So here it means that sometime or most of the times we have a kind of feelings about ourselves that we cannot do it, or we are not able to do it, or it's just impossible for us. So these all are myths. So we don't have to believe in myths. Everybody can do whatever they want to do, So just don't believe in myths. And so this really reminds me that I have all the potential to do whatever I want to do. Third method that I use to stay focused is that I have written down some positive motivational quote and I pasted it here so that I can see it all the time. You can see here what I have written down is that if you really want to achieve something, work hard to the point where you get tired, feel bored and suffocated. Otherwise, don't expect anything in return. So this quote really works for me, and this is my personal quote. I wrote it by myself, and this quote helps me to keep motivated, and also it warned me about the negative consequences of not studying hard. So it may not work for everybody. Like, you can choose the quote that works for you. You can choose other people quotes, or you can write your own. The way that I used to stay focused is kind of very weird. But anyway, it really works for me. You can see here I have written down FK your mood. I don't want to say it because it's a bit unethical, but you know, like, I am a kind of very moody person when it comes to studying, so most of the time I'm not in mood to study, you know. So I just kind of warn myself, you know, and kind of rebuke myself that I don't have to, you know, to care about my mood when it comes to study or work. So this is a kind of, you know, a kind of punishment for me to make myself in line and to make my mood to study. So I'm not saying that you have to do the same, because this is what works for me. So there might be something else, some other kind of punishment or ways to, you know, to stay yourself focused and to make yourself, or to make your mind in mood to study or work. So you can use, you know, some other kind of things that works for you. Another way that I use to stay focused on studying, because sometimes, like, you have a lot of things to do and you're a little bit confused about what to do first and what to do next. So for that purpose, I have pasted a note and I have written down my priorities. So you can see, like, for me, these are my priorities. So you can also make a list of your priorities and you can paste it in it on your study table in front of yourself, so that you can see it all the time and remind yourself that you have to do this one first, second, and third, so that you can stay focused, and so that you can you know, avoid confusing yourself about, you know, what to do and what not to do. Method that I use to stay focused on studying is that I have set a mirror in front of me on my study table. So this mirror helps me to interact with myself, to give myself time and to talk to myself. Because sometimes it's very important to give yourself time to think about your strengths and weaknesses, you know, to talk to yourself so that you can figure out ways how to handle problems, you know, and how to overcome your weaknesses. So here I can see myself, I can talk to myself. I'm studying language, so it's very important to practice speaking. So I can talk to myself, I can practice my speaking, and I can think about myself, and I can figure out the solutions for different kind of problems, whether it is related to study or related to other social or personal life. Alright guys, so those are the methods that I've been using to trick my mind to stay focused on studying. And I'd really like to know what kind of methods are you using to study hard. You can comment down below, and if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and please do subscribe my channel, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. So for now, God bless you, love you, assalamu alaikum.